But the truth is, over 90% of America's native prairie is already gone. Plowed under, overgrazed, developed, or taken over by invasive plants. This is actually one of the most endangered ecosystems on the planet, and it's right here in the middle of the country. Woo! Just like the famous Oklahoman, Will Rogers said, if you don't like the weather in Oklahoma, wait a minute, it'll change. So we've officially outgrown the little room we used to pack orders in. Things are exciting around here, and kind of like Bo here, we're expanding. So I know a lot of you may be confusing, like, Dusty, where are you at and what are you doing? Well, we've been keeping a little secret from you. We've finally added on to the Ponderosa. We do have dreams and aspirations about growing, but our original packer room started feeling like a closet with big dreams. This new extension is going to be where we store and ship out our orders. Shirts, jerky, snack sticks, pecans, you name it. Well, the only problem, Oklahoma weather. So we need something real, reliable, climate controlled. Not just hoping that the temperature stays friendly. Well, with some help from my mom, Kevin, Marissa, and Mud, we finally got this 20 by 12 wood wall put up so I could install the most important part to keep all of our products safe and at a optimal controlled temperature. The Mr. Cool ductless DIY mini split unit. As you can see, we still have got a lot going on. We're gonna get the spray foam painted. Cold weather is setting in here in Oklahoma because we've got construction going on in here and we're trying to finish all this so we can get all of our products in here. We do need some heat. We're gonna install it right there. But when you're storing food products and trying to keep your products from turning into a pancake, you need a temperature you can actually control, not whatever Oklahoma decides. That's where Mr. Cool DIY ductless mini split comes in. First challenge, agreeing with my wife on what level we want to put this unit at.
Can't have anything about on top of it.
Well, first challenge completed. We mutually agreed on the perfect position. Mr. Cool gives you a full-size template, so you don't even have to guess or eyeball it, which is probably why it's level. Using the template, I went ahead and marked our holes, which made it a lot easier to mount this mounting plate. Got our metal plate mounted and screwed to the wall. I may have struggled a little bit.
Doesn't seem like much of a screw.
Then it was time to put a 3.5-inch hole in a nice pretty wall I just put up. Once I got the hole cut for the inside and the outside of this wall, it ain't the prettiest, but luckily this sleeve will take care of my ugliness, which is a transition for all of our lines to run from the inside to the outside. All right, we're moving on. Time to mount our indoor unit. But first, to make it easier, I go ahead and run the power cord through the wall before actually picking up the indoor unit to mount it on the bracket. When installing this inside unit, once you get the refrigerant lines through the wall safely, you press the unit up against the wall and it just literally snaps into your metal plate. And you can hear it click. Well, I got it. Everything is nice and flush up against here and secure. It actually snaps in place. So, inside unit done. We're halfway there, folks. Now that we're working on the outside unit portion of this install, we've got to take our refrigerant lines and kind of slowly and patiently mold them down your wall, which will hook up to the rest of the rolled up refrigerant lines so we can actually tie in to the outdoor unit. You can easily put these refrigerant lines together, hand tighten, and then crank away with the proper tool. But don't crank too hard. You'll know when to stop. So I'm gonna leave this outside unit actually on the pallet. Now I wouldn't recommend that full time. This is temporary, only because the electric company I know has to come back in here and do a little bit of work to tie into one of our new panels that we got here. But the great thing about Mr. Cool is they give you some L brackets you can actually mount up against your building. You can raise it up off the ground. So what we can do, and the great part about that, now these are pre-charged lines, so as soon as I hook that up and get it running, everything will be charged up as long as there's no leaks. And you can bend these flexible lines, you just got to be a little careful. All right, so what I'm going to do is just move this back here because it is nice and flexible. Just got to be kind of careful with it. I'm going to hide it back here, move it to the other side because this is where our fittings will be. I'm so fortunate that it rained, but it's a good day to install. Look at all this water. If you're a DIYer, you'll love these quick connect lines. This is one of those, I hope I tightened everything good enough moments. So the next move is we're gonna open up these valves to allow the entire system to charge up. Well, just a couple more steps from perfection DIY-ness. I don't know about perfect, but I thought it was a good word. Anyways, got all of our lines hooked up. So I'm gonna do a little soapy water test. If we have any bubbles, I'm in trouble. Well, so far, I'm feeling kind of confident. I feel like I did something right, actually. Don't forget our drainage line. Got to hook it up. Then we're going to add our sound absorbent pads here where we just worked on our quick connect fittings. Then we're going to use the UV tape to wrap everything, make sure it's protected and nice and tight. See, this is what I like about Mr. Cool. It can be pretty forgiving. Even if you do a really bad tape job, don't worry about it. Mr. Cool gives you something to cover all this up. Mr. Cool will send you a protective line set cover kit. So when your wife comes out here to check your work, Mr. Cool's got you covered. But we're getting the units connected, and once the electrician wires it to the disconnect, we're ready to go. It's all done. Let's go check it out inside. All right, guys, here it is right here. A moment of truth for Dusty's DIY-ness skills. Hopefully have paid off. And when I push this button, the Mr. Cool DIY ductless mini split system is operating. Yes! I love this feeling. It is cold today, so we're gonna go heat. Yes! Guys, we officially have heat for the winter. So if you've got a shop, barn, cabin, or garage, or a room that needs real heating and cooling, check out the DIY ductless mini split system from Mr. Cool. It's the easiest full HVAC unit install we've ever tackled. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Big thanks to Mr. Cool for supporting our ranch and our family business and helping us take the next step at the Ponderosa. It's quiet, it's efficient, and it's easy to install. The Mr. Cool ductless mini split unit. This right here is one of my favorite places at the Ponderosa. This is the hay meadow. Every time I step out here, I think of the Great Plains. I think of bison. No fences, just frontier. And if you didn't happen to catch one of our most recent videos, I was hanging out with the bison, and I really kind of broke down our mission, our passion, and our goals. We do have some things going on that we are very excited about. This place right here is our inspiration. All we're missing is some bison. Out here, it looks open, it looks free. But the truth is, grasslands just like this right here are disappearing fast. Over 90% of America's native prairie is already gone. Plowed under, overgrazed, developed, or taken over by invasive plants. This is actually one of the most endangered ecosystems on the planet. And it's right here in the middle of the country. Oklahoma used to be a sea of tall grass and mixed grass prairies. Settlers wrote letters saying their horses got lost in the grass, taller than the saddle horn. Over 6 to 8 foot tall grasses across the region. When the prairie disappears, the soil goes with it. You'll lose the root system, you'll lose the birds, you'll lose the insects, the wildlife, and then the land starts to break down. But check this out right here. These areas are holding moisture.
deeper roots, and different plant species. This is what the prairie used to look like everywhere. It wasn't just grass, it was a whole living system. The difference between a healthy ground and unhealthy ground starts right below our boots. Everybody talks about the forest storing carbon, but grasslands actually store most of the carbon underground. The carbon, if you do things right, stays locked in the soil. This is why the bison are so important. They're not just big animals. They're the keystone species of the grasslands. And when you take that keystone species out of an ecosystem like this, you can dramatically change everything and put it in a downward spiral. Land like this needs disturbance. You can actually harm the land without grazing. And this is where the bison comes in. There's no more prolific animal when it comes to grazing. The grazing patterns of bison stimulate grass growth, not kill it. Manure fertilizes the ground. Even their wallows create microhabitats for wildflowers, insects, and amphibians. These plants need to be grazed. They evolved with bison grazing on them, trampling on them, pooping and peeing on it, wallowing on it, and then move on. Too much grazing can kill a plant and damage the root system, but the right kind of species brings it back. Now don't get me wrong here, guys. We've made plenty of mistakes. Got really excited as first-time landowners were able to expand our bison operation. We got way too many animals. We overstocked and then we overgrazed. Now something that happened in there is we ran into a drought about 2 or 3 summers in a row. That didn't help us much, but we learned real quick stocking rates were very, very important. And if we wanted our land to last and restore the native prairie, we needed to make some big changes. And that's when we started getting rid of some bison and decreasing our stocking rate. Forests look dramatic. Waterfalls look dramatic. But grasslands don't scream for attention. They quietly do some of the most important work on Earth. Our goal now is to help protect what's left and bring back as much as we can. That's a big reason why you'll hear us talking more about this, about grassland restoration and the bigger vision we have for the future. We are always learning and adapting to our environment with our American bison and trying to make things better. We've got a bigger mission coming, something focused on protecting the land, restoring native grasses, and conserving the American bison. We're excited to share more with you soon, but for now, it starts right here, taking care of the ground underneath our feet. Well, I brought some cubes, better go feed our princess Eleanor before it gets too dark on us. Eleanor, you're going in the water, hon. Come here, Eleanor. Hey, girl. You're looking nice and full. Easy, easy. There you go, girl. You're looking healthy. Got that winter coat coming. Hey, girl. You actually look kind of pregnant. That belly. You should be. A lot of you late bloomers didn't have any calves this year. Well, at least not yet. Princess Eleanor, y'all. I want to thank Mr. Cool for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking to heat and cool your shop, gym, home, cabin, use our link in the description. Thank you guys for spending a sunset evening with us. Closing out the day with our Princess Eleanor. We'll keep you guys updated on what Marissa and I got brewing. Thank you guys for watching this. We'll see you guys soon. We're going to keep on bison ranching.